Hey Tama, thanks for your email. I'm a bit busy today, so I can't give you a call. At least you can see we've moved into the office, so we're full steam ahead. Now, just in regards to your email, like when we first started talking, the first thing I said to you is you need to start getting online sales because if you go and open up a store, like you need to work out how long you can sustain the store um, with your savings. Like if you get no sales, so like is it 6 months? Is it 4 months? Is it 3 months? That you can sustain the full expenses, the full running costs of having a store before you run out of money and you have to close it down. Because if you have to do that, you're going to be in a lot of trouble because you still owe the landlord all the rent until your lease expires. So you have to be very confident that you're going to be able to deal with it. So as I was saying, like in terms of the physical business, like how viable I think it is, I'm not so sure because like 79% of people purchase their products online. And that's why you're building an online store in the first place. Like you can't sell the products that you want to sell in Australia. You have to sell them through New Zealand. And then you ship them from Australia, obviously, so they get them quickly. But you're selling them to the New Zealand market or through the New Zealand website because of the different laws. So that's like another thing you got to think of. Like I know you want to be face to face with people. Um, there are ways that you can do that without putting yourself in such a risky financial situation. Um, in terms of like our conversation last week, we were saying here like um, you rolled with my thoughts to convince you with the clothing label. All I said was like this is what I would do. Like I personally would pursue that because that's it's what you want to do anyway, and B like that's you can market those products. Like at the moment, like going with Vape City, like you're literally going to be relying on foot traffic if you can get foot traffic through to your business. You can't market it online. You can't. All the major platforms like Google and Facebook, the two places where you can't market, are in like 80% of the traffic online, like to purchase buyers, right? So that rules out like all marketing for you to do. And even doing the strategy that I gave you last week to do with the clothing label, like getting a vaping challenge going or something to build a database, like that. Even that's like going to be incredibly challenging because of the limits that everybody has in that industry. That's why I suggested that you can do like the money's in the database. That's why I was saying to do that because when you go to sell your vaping business, they're not buying the physical store. They don't care about the location. They don't care about any of that. What they care about is the buyers and the database that you've got. That's what they're actually buying. Okay. So when you go to sell it, like if you've got a buyer now, I would be selling that thing, getting the cash and rolling all of that money into Social Creatures. Okay. If you're telling me in this email that you've already got someone lined up to take over it, I would be selling the business and putting that money into something that you want to do, which is Social Creatures. Now, the idea that I gave you is not a get quick rich scheme at all. It's a start making money scheme because at the moment you don't have an income and you don't want to keep eating into your savings because that's not a very good plan. Like you don't want to get to the end of having no money and you go back against the wall now. You're going to have to go back and get another job or something. You want this to start working immediately. So by building a list, an email list, you don't have to sell them a product at the back. That was an idea to get you some cash now so that you've actually got some income. Like, because cash flow is king. At the end of the day, cash flow is king. You need to start getting cash flow. So, like, if you don't want to sell something as you're building the database of your ideal clients, you don't have to do that. That's what you should do that, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But like right now, you're spending a lot of time and money building the Social Creatures brand, and you're getting all the licensing and made in Australia, all these things. Like you need to start asking your customers what they want because you should never go and build product without first asking them what they want because you don't know if they'll buy it. Like you may love a design, like I said, I may love a design. I might go and print 100 of these vests, right? But I might be the only person that likes this. So you don't know. You got to ask your ideal customers what they want to buy and get their general consensus, and then you go and build that. Okay, like so you ask them what they want first, then you give them what they want. So that's what this whole thing's about, like building this database of people for free, like, because at the moment you've got no cash flow. I don't want to keep, you can't keep sort of spending your money on things when you've got nothing coming back in, because you're going to come to a point where it's going to run out. Okay, so you need to start building cash flow immediately. So by doing this, you're building a database of your ideal clients, and you're going to do it for free, and you're going to do it very quickly within a few weeks, and then you can start asking them the questions. Like, you can what do you want to buy? What do you want to have in your shirt? What do what colors do you want? What type of shirts do you want? And you can start telling them about your message. Like, you can start building the hype now, coming into selling your products or building your business, right? I'm going to be releasing a set of hoodies for the winter, or whatever it's going to be. This is what it's going to look like. Okay? So you want to start doing that now. And in terms of not liking social media, you don't have to like social media, but that's where everyone's hanging out. Like, if you want to have a business that makes money, and that's what you're in business for, is helping people, because you can't help anybody without any money. At the end of the day, the world does revolve around money. And if you want to help people get out of slavery, you want to help do all these beautiful things that you keep telling me you want to do, you're going to require money to do that. Okay? Now, so even if you're telling me you don't want to be on social media, but that's where everybody hangs out. Like, that's what everyone wants. You got to give your customers what they want. Okay? So at the end of the day, business isn't about us. Business is about them and serving your customers, so that you can go and serve other people. Okay, I hope that helps. Like I said, I've got a bit of a tight schedule today. I'm not asking you to do something you don't want to do or that you hate doing. I'm just trying to get you to the point where you want to be a lot quicker than where it's going right now. Okay, like, you don't have to sell the shirts right now. Like, you can find a manufacturer that's already doing the shirts that you want and put your labels on them and move into manufacturing as you start getting some cash flow and knowing what people are buying. Okay? Awesome. Okay, well, I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you on Tuesday. Okay, see you later.